Howdy, Space Rangers. Captain Phoenix here. Today, we are ranking the Pixar movies, but not in your average list. We are ranking them with a tier list. Now, I know you're probably wondering, what? How are you able to do this? Well, that's because you see, the tier list on my phone doesn't work because my phone just clocks out. It's like, I can't do this anymore, homie. I'm out of here. Yee. But my laptop, I could do this. And I'm like, you know what? I've never recorded on my laptop, so I learned how to do it. I decided to try and master it and fail miserably. And I'm like, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna record on my laptop and I'm gonna record a video. So this video is gonna probably be bad. Like it probably won't look good. It's also like the audio and whatever will look horrible. Like I'm just imagining, I'm just hoping this video to fail. But at the end of the day, as long as I make it, I'm fine. So again, I'm gonna rank the Pixar movies. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me what your personal Pixar list is down below. And uh tell me what do you think of the video. Is it good? Is it not good? What do you think? Do you want to see more videos like this? Do you want to me to use the laptop more? Because so far it's been hell. I've been at this for like an hour and it's bad. So yeah, without further ado, let's begin. Also, if my video clocks out again, I swear to God. So yeah, here's a tier list. As you know, the tier list usually goes S, A, B, C. S being the best and then F being the worst. In my case, I have decided to name all these sections myself. All of these were labeled by me and colored by me, but they are cliche. Like this is a cliche as hell list, but it's what we're gonna use for now. So we have spectacular, S tier, amazing, great, good, average, mediocre, and garbage. So you know how the tiers work, worst to best. Let's go. But seeing as this is a tier list, it does leave room for variability, randomness, and just in general, surprising. Like you don't know what's gonna happen next. So I like to keep it like this. Also, another thing I'd like to mention is that I was originally thinking of should I release a Pixar list this year or next year, because this year I was having trouble with it because I was like, yeah, two movies have released, but like is it really worth it for a list? Or should I wait until next year, until the next movie comes out, and then I do a list for that? So this is a nice middle ground where I get to rank the movies, but at the same time, I don't make an official video list for them. So, clean conscience. Anyway, without further ado, let's start. So we have Toy Story, the movie that started it all. This one is an amazing movie. And for those who don't know, this is how the list works. Spectacular is basically for the 10 out of 10 movies. Amazing is basically for like the 8, 9 movies. Great is also for like the 8 out of 10 movies. Good is usually for this one is like, yeah, great is like 7, 8 around there. Good is 6, average is 5, mediocre is 3, 4, and then garbage is 1 and 2. So you'd have to be a really bad in garbage. And that is what you are if you're the good dinosaur. You are in the garbage tier. Oh, and by the way, just another rule that I'd like you to know is that obviously more than one movie will end up for each tier. So I will be ranking these movies in order. So for example, let's say there are like 5 movies in the amazing tier. I will rank them based on preference. So if I say I like Toy Story more than A Bug's Life in the amazing tier, then I'll rank it like that. So Toy Story, then Bug's Life, then I'll say Finding Dory, for example, next. So yeah, so in this case, Good Dinosaur garbage tier. It's honestly the best of the garbage tier. Yes, there are more garbage movies to come. Toy Story 3 is a spectacular movie. Honestly, the best of the Toy Story movies. Wish it got more love. Toy Story 2 is stealing all the love. Wall-E is okay. It's good. It's good. I really think it's a good movie. I was putting great. We're putting great. There's not really too much to say about it. Finding Dory. This is an amazing sequel. Amazing sequel. Amazing movie, and I wish it got more love. I like it over Toy Story. All right. Definitely picks one of Pixar's best sequels. That's not a Toy Story movie, so I'll give them credit there. But this movie, I just find it to be overhated or just too overshadowed. I really wish this movie got more love. Next is Cars 2. This movie is garbage. It sucks. And it's more garbage than Good Dinosaur, right? I'd rather watch Good Dinosaur over this. But they're both garbage. This movie sucks. Onward. This is a good movie. Like a really good movie. More than Wall-E even. Too overhated, too underrated. Wish this movie got more love. The ending is also really good. And again, I really wish it got more love. I don't know why people hating on it. What do I know what do to you? And they're like, it's the most un-Pixar movie out there. And I'm like, it's such a Pixar movie. This is like such a by the books Pixar movie. What do you mean? This movie could not be more Pixar. What do you mean it's not Pixar? Whatever. Go watch this movie. It's a good movie. Really underrated. Great movie. Go watch it, please. All right. I Onward. Good movie. All right. A Bug's Life. This one, mediocre. It's not bad, not good, just mediocre. Okay, no, that's not bad, not good. It's weak. It's honestly such a weak film. If garbage movies didn't exist, this would probably be Pixar's worst film, which wouldn't be bad. It's just such a weak film, if you ask me. So, yeah. Monsters Inc. This is a great movie. Is it great or amazing? I would say it's probably a great movie. This is such a 8 out of 10 movie. It should either be like at the least of amazing or the best of great, is really what I'd say about it. So for now, I'll put Monsters Inc. at great, at the top great, and then we'll call it a day there. Brave, this movie sucks. It's honestly Pixar's worst movie. It's just one of the worst animated movies in general. It's not as bad as the Emoji Movie, thank God, but it is still low tier for Pixar. Like, I'm pretty sure even some of DreamWorks' worst movies could beat Brave. Like, would I watch Shark Tale over Brave? Yes. Yes, I would. This movie is really boring. God, I hate it. And it's really like a reverse Finding Nemo. Whereas Finding Nemo was like a father-son relationship, this like a mother-daughter relationship, and they still watch it. And not to mention this movie like switched 3 directors. What? I don't like it. Toy Story 2. This is an amazing movie, better than Toy Story 1. That's all I gotta say. I do think it's overrated though. Like there's so many people out there who are like, oh my gosh, Toy Story 2, best of the trilogy, best of the quadrilogy. I love this movie, best movie ever, best Pixar movie ever. I just find it kind of overrated. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the writing or the pacing or whatnot. I just kind of find this movie a bit too overrated. It's good, just not bad than Finding Dory good, you know? But that's just me. Also, again, just because Finding Dory came out in the 2010s doesn't mean people have to dunk on it. This is weirdos. Incredibles. This is an amazing movie. I would put this over Finding Dory. Really good, a lot better than the sequel, obviously. And yeah, can't complain too much about it. It's not good enough to be in the spectacular tier, but it's good enough to be amazing tier. Cars 3. This is a good movie. I'm not gonna lie, this is a good movie, but it's also a Cars movie. But we're doing another but. It is the best of the Cars movies. This is single-handedly the best Cars movie out there. This is the worst. This is the best. You can probably guess what Cars 1 is gonna go. So Cars 2 is the worst. Cars 3 is the best. Cars 1 is gonna go. You can guess where it's gonna go when we get to it. But yeah, good movie, good movie. I did hype it up too much when it first came out, but luckily I deleted that video. So yeah, Coco, this is a beautiful movie. It's amazing. I don't think it's spectacular yet. It's such a 9 out of 10 movie that I can't even put it spectacular, but it is better than The Incredibles. So I will give it credit where credit's due. Coco is an amazing movie. Go watch it, but there's a high chance you've already seen it. This movie isn't even overrated. It's like just that good. Monsters University. This movie is mediocre. Is it mediocre? No, it's average. That's what I say about this movie. Saying it's mediocre is a bit too mean. It's an average movie. You really don't get too much out of this movie. Uh, you don't leave it with like any memorable thing, like any memorable message or like any memorable moment. It has a good ending. I like the setting and the animation, but it is such an okay movie that there's really nothing to say about it. It doesn't come close to being as good as Monsters Inc. It really is an okay movie, honestly. So Monsters University, not mediocre, but like extremely average. Like this thing is very average. I wouldn't say it's vanilla. There's another movie coming up that's like pure vanilla. Incredibles 2. This one goes in the great section. I would say more or less better than Monsters Inc. I don't know, around there. One thing I found about this movie is that the more you watch it, the less good it is. Like it's like it detracts in value the more you watch it. I don't know, and it's very rare for that to happen to for a movie with me. Like usually, the more I watch a movie, the more I get tired of it. But I never think of the movie as any less. Like I remember when I first saw this movie, I was like, yes, this movie's so good, it's amazing. Oh my gosh, 10 out of 10 movie, or like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And then I watched it like the second time, I was like, okay, it's still good. And then the third time, I was like, oh, this movie, it's not as good as I thought it was. Like, what did I see in this movie? And then the Lego game, Lego Incredibles, came out, and that game really, it's not a bad game. It just really made the movie look a lot less, in my opinion. And the fact that the game made you play the second movie first instead of the first one, like it forced that on you. Why? But yeah, Incredibles 2 is a movie that the more you watch it, the less you seem to enjoy it, at least from my opinion. So if I was viewing it for the first time, it would probably have gone in the amazing tier, but for now, I think it's good in the great tier. It's kind of like with Monsters Inc., where it can be in the least of the amazing or the best of the greats, really. Then we have Up. Up is a good movie. It's good. All right. I don't really have much to say about it. It's a charming movie with charming characters and a nice story, but so I would put this movie in front of Cars 3. I'd rather watch this movie over Cars 3, but it's a good movie. Like, not much to say about it there. Can you go in front there? Thank you. Ratatouille. This was also a good movie. Oh gosh, I'm actually struggling to remember this one, but yeah, I think I'll take Wally down because I actually don't even remember that much about Wally, but I do remember it's better than Cars 3. So take that what you will. But Ratatouille was good. It was good. I know Sheffield's Productions made this video on it, and I know his fans are gonna kill me for putting it down here, but it is a good movie. Like the animation, like the cooking, like the climax, obviously. But I don't know. There is something definitely holding me back from putting it in. I'll put it in the great tier. I would rather watch Ratatouille over Up probably any day. So I'd put it in the great tier, but it's also like the same thing. It's like less great, best good. But I feel like giving it a 6 is too low. This movie is definitely like that. That's what I'd say about Ratatouille. It's not bad. It's very much a 7 out of 10 movie. So I feel like in the great category, it fits well. Good is usually like a 6 out of 10, and then average is 5. I already explained the rules, and so do I. So we don't need to go there anymore. Here we go. The most vanilla Pixar movie in existence, Cars 1. This movie screams average. And even if it was made like by another studio, by like DreamWorks or like Sony, it would have probably been a great movie from their perspectives. But even if it was made by like DreamWorks or Sony or whatever, it would still be pretty basic. This movie is just average. And not to mention DreamWorks did make us a Cars ripoff, right? They made Turbo. But yeah, so it's not in a good tier. It's not as good as Cars 3, but it is vanilla. Like, this is basically just the default point of Pixar. Like, if you're comparing Pixar films, Cars would be that comparison point. Is it better or worse than Cars? Is Monsters University better than Cars? In that case, it's a good Pixar film. Is Monsters Inc. better than Cars? Yeah, it's a better Pixar film. Is A Bug's Life better than Cars? No, in that case, it's a bad Pixar film. It's mediocre. Cars is like that description point. It is the most average movie I've ever seen. So average, gosh. Then we have Finding Nemo. As said, I'm not saving my best for the last, all right? I know when the movie comes, I will pick it. And here, this movie goes in the spectacular tier. It is best movie of all time. I've already made a review on it, talking about why I love this movie so much. Best movie in existence. And now that I've made that video, I honestly feel even justified putting it in the spectacular tier, not just like as number one, but as the best movie of all time, period. Love this movie. I love it to death. So Finding Nemo obviously takes number one spot. This comes as a surprise to nobody. Top tier, S tier. Toy Story 3 comes in number 2 for now. Oh, wait, no, I'm wrong. Sorry, number 2 is Soul. Soul comes in number 2. Yeah, that's right. I love this movie. This movie is really good. The question is, do I prefer it over Toy Story 3? The answer is yeah. I think that's because I've seen Soul more closely than I saw Toy Story 3. Like, Toy Story 3, I watched it not too long ago, but probably like a year or two ago. So I saw it like just the other day because it's like still a relatively new film. It came out like last year. So I definitely saw Soul more than Toy Story 3, but I really like this movie. I really do. This movie is really inspirational. So yeah, basically, spoiler alert, these are the only films that have made it to the spectacular tier. These are the only films that I feel are worthy of getting a 10 out of 10. Finding Nemo in first place, Soul in second, and Toy Story 3 third. All these movies are deserving of a 10 out of 10, and they're the only ones that make it to spectacular. All these guys, they're pretty much like 9 out of 10 movies. Then we have Inside Out. What I thought of Inside Out is that it's a good film. No, great film, great film. I really like this film. Really charming, really cute. Obviously, like hits you in the feels hard because it's a movie about emotions. I would say it's better than Monsters Inc., but can compete with Incredibles. Like these two can switch positions any day, and I don't really care. They're both good. I'm fine with Inside Out being in the great tier. It's fine. Then wow, are you seeing this? Pixar really is a good studio. Look at how many movies are in the garbage tier 3, and then mediocre there, and then average there. But then look how many movies are in the amazing and great. Oh my gosh, it's neck and neck. I actually want to see how this ends. All right. Luca is the newest film that came out, so I will actually save that because I want to see where to go. For now, Toy Story 4, this one goes in the amazing tier. Better than Toy Story 1. Toy Story 1 is definitely the weakest in the quadrilogy, but if it comes to Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 3, this is a tricky one because I've already made up my mind that Toy Story 3 is the best and the original Toy Story 1 is the weakest. But compared with these two, it is a tough challenge. I don't know which one is the best. Toy Story 4 is definitely the funniest Toy Story movie, but Toy Story 2 it has its own strengths. Like it really does have its own strengths. And I think I'm just a bit more biased because I'm like, more nostalgic to Toy Story 2, but I don't know which one is which. Again, much like Inside Out and Incredibles 2, these two can switch and it doesn't even really matter. I like both films like almost equally. It's so hard. And then we have Luca, the newest Pixar film. So Luca, in my opinion, is a great film. I think it's good. I also think it could fall in the amazing tier. This movie, 8 or a 9, that's what Luca is. So the question is, where do I put it? I definitely think it's better than Incredibles 2, especially like with the ending and the actual story and all. Is it better than the Toy Story films is the question. To an extent, I would say, yeah, probably. Gosh, this is hard. Where do I put Luca? I would say Luca would fall. If it's, I'm like trying to remember like everything about the story, the characters, and how deep it is, just like as a good movie. I'd probably put it in the amazing tier, honestly. Not as good as The Incredibles. And I think it's because I've seen it much more recently than I have Toy Story 2. But I think it falls pretty well in that category. It competes with Finding Dory. It's more or less better than Finding Dory. But then it's better than the rest of the Toy Story movies, is what I'd say. I don't know, maybe I'm just not a Toy Story fan. I never thought I'd say that, but I can't even say that I'm not a Toy Story fan because Toy Story 3 is in the spectacular list. Do I just have a thing against the other Toy Story movies? What's wrong with me? But yeah, so I feel like Luca, it's a lot better than Incredibles 2. I'd rather watch Luca over that. Would I watch it better? Yeah, I'd watch it over Toy Story 1. I'd watch it over Toy Story 4. Yeah. I think Luca fits in this category nicely. It can definitely switch places with Finding Dory, which I don't mind. These two are very much like equal films. They both have their own strengths and weaknesses, which I'm like completely fine with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think Finding Dory works better in number 6 and then Luca in number 7 for now. But they're very much tied. Like I can't decide between these two movies. It's hard. Same thing. So how many ties do we have here? I can't decide between Finding Dory and Luca. I can't decide between Toy Story 2 and 4. I can't decide between oh, that's it. Okay, fine. So here's my full list. Here's the full list for everyone to see. We have the spectacular movies: Finding Nemo, Soul, Toy Story 3. These ones all 10 out of 10 movies. Love these movies to death. Pixar, these are Pixar's masterpieces, amazing movies, just amazing. Just this is art. This is art in its purest form. I've already made a video on this. I've already made a video on Soul. I haven't made a video on Toy Story 3, weirdly enough. So maybe I'll do it one day. I don't know. If I'm feeling nostalgic, maybe. Then we have the amazing tier. This one is, I think, in number 4, Coco. This definitely is the best of the amazing. I feel like if it was done a bit better, it probably wouldn't be on spectacular. Then Incredibles, also probably the only Pixar movie I've cried at. Yeah, this is probably only the only Pixar movie I've cried at. Incredibles, also good. Number 7, Finding Dory. Wait, I'm crazy. Wait, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Finding Dory is at 6. Lucas at 7. These two very much tied. It is so hard to pick which one I like between the two. But yeah, still Incredibles is better. Toy Story 2, Toy Story 4, and Toy Story 1. All of these movies are more or less the same to me. I really like them all. I have no issues with them. I just find Toy Story 1 to be marginally weaker than Toy Story 4. Then we have the great movies. This is the tier I was having the hardest time with, but I think it worked out well. Incredibles 2, Inside Out, Monsters Inc., Onward, and Ratatouille. All those movies worked well with each other. Then we have the good tier. The movies that were good just weren't that good. Up, Wall-E, and Cars 3. Sorry, pardon my French. And then we have the average movies, or the vanilla movies. I probably should just label this the vanilla tier. Monsters University and Cars. These two are very average movies. Like, gosh. And then we have A Bug's Life, the only mediocre Pixar movie. This is the only movie that just, it's it's too bland to be average, but at the same time, it's like it's too bad to be average, but it's also not good enough to be average. So it's like I created a whole tier just for Bugs Life. And then we have the garbage movies. These ones, Pixar's absolute worst, just complete trash. If any other studio had made them, I don't know if they'd be better or worse in my eyes, but they're still garbage. Good Dinosaur, garbage. Cars 2, garbage. And Brave, garbage. You are what brought Pixar into its dark age. You are what gave sequels a bad name. I really hate Cars 2, but not as much as I hate Brave. Brave can go. But yeah. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for enjoying this video. Tell me, would you like to see more videos like this? This video, even though it's probably short, like I'm pretty sure this video is like 10 minutes long or whatever. It took like an hour to make, and I am so sorry to everyone whose time I wasted. So yeah, tell me again, would you like to see more videos like this? Because I could definitely do more tier lists. I'm down for more tier lists. I just hope my computers also are willing to help me or aid in my battle or side with me or whatever. But yeah, so leave down your Pixar list down below. Which movies are your favorite? Which are your least favorite? What you think was deserving to be on this list? If I should have changed anything, and yeah. So again, like if you like, subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to hit that bell and join the notification team. And thank you so very much for watching. I have been Captain Phoenix, and with that, I will see you in another universe.